Keynote speaker Dr. Scott Echols is a board-certified avian veterinary specialist who has focused his career on developing new technology to aid in the practice of medicine and surgery for all species. In this symposium, Dr. Echols spoke on advances in imaging and tissue preservation, providing solutions to medical mysteries. We're joined now by Dr. Scott Echols, our keynote speaker here at the AOFAS annual meeting. A really insightful session packed with a lot of content. Give us an overview of what you spoke about today.
Well, what I was focusing on is new imaging technology and how we see the world in a very different set of eyes, and using this technology to really advance our understanding of human anatomy, diseases, etc. And not just humans, really, animals as well.
A lot of takeaways to be learned from this session. What are some of those main takeaways that you're hoping all the people in that room are walking out of here with this week?
Yeah, so I think there are some big points. One is that we have the technology to see these things. And that's really what I want to get across, is that the technology is available. We can actually visualize down to the vascular capillary level. We can start to see nerves and tendons and ligaments and all that using CT instead of just MRI. We now have the ability to preserve donor material, human donors, for surgical training above and beyond anything we've ever been able to do before. So my focus is to change medicine, so that's what I want to see happen.
I love that, change medicine. Let's learn a little bit more about you and how you are changing medicine. Maybe you could just kind of introduce yourself, your background in the industry, and how we got here today.
All right, so I'm a bird specialist veterinarian. I'm a microsurgeon, bird microsurgeon to be more specific. And I originally sought out ways to better teach people some of the things that my colleagues and I do. So in traditional methods, we would write it up and we would describe it, and people had to kind of imagine what we were seeing. And then we got to the point where we were doing videos and showing people. And that's very helpful. It all advances our knowledge, but those are all two-dimensional media. I want to see three-dimensional. I want to feel, touch, and experience this. So the way we do that is, one, we can actually do this with donor material, whether it's an animal or human. We can feel, touch, and experience that directly. We can make that tissue bleed. We can make it breathe if we want to. It's a very dynamic type tissue. All right, so that's one way. We can also take that information digitally and put it into a three-dimensional environment, such as VR, or on a computer, which is still two-dimensional, but we can at least rotate it. So it gives us a totally different perspective. And I have great admiration for all the people who have come and created these anatomy texts and surgical texts, and I'm a teacher myself. However, we're ready for the next level. I mean, this is really where I see things going, and to be immersed into what you're learning and be a part of it in a safe environment where no patient gets hurt. That's kind of my goal here.
Amazing. And speaking of next level, what is next for you? What can we expect to see from Dr. Scott Echols?
There's more coming. So I have to kind of keep hush-hush on some of the things, but yes, there's more coming. So we're going to keep working on that and pushing the boundaries.
It's a good little tease there. All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for speaking to us this morning.
I really enjoyed it.
Fantastic. We'll be back with more shortly.